Okay, and they are off. This is race one. This will be a best of three single elimination, meaning the loser of this will be eliminated from the tournament. The rules are simple. This is no Star World. These guys are not going to be using any of the Star World warps that you see on the overmap. And let's talk about their PBs right now. Just so we know what we're looking at for expected times. SilverStar currently is in third place on the leaderboards with a 32.51. maiba right behind him with a 32.54. There are a few matchups better than this.
I, for one, am quite excited to see what we're going to get from these guys.
Yeah, definitely. I want to see what tricks they go for, like where they differ in their routes.
I wouldn't be surprised if each of them just goes for everything. It seems like almost a requirement at this level.
Yeah, I mean, they have to give it everything they got. They're going for a shot at the finals. I mean, it's been no easy path even from day one for these guys. All right, so we're hoping to see a good 259 on this timer here, assuming that these runners utilize these wooden platforms. Those wooden platforms will push Mario a little bit to the right every time he stays on them. That'll give them a little extra juice they need to get that 259 and continue on into Yoshi's Island 4. Maybe we'll see a shell jump.
Oh, I hope we see a shell jump. And if they don't go for it, they better crush that shell.
That's right, that's right. We always got to mention that.
You have to. It's basically the script now.
If you don't go for the shell jump, you gotta crush the shell.
Oh, and Silver
crushing that shell. maiba going for that shell jump, not getting it, unfortunately. All right, going into Iggy's castle. They're going to have to do some tight jumping in this first room here.
Oh, was maiba going for a little extra there?
I was wondering that for a second. I wasn't sure if maybe he normally does a 3 jump there or if he just backed away from an underball attempt. That would have been a little insane to see in a race.
Oh, yes, and that would have definitely sent a message, too.
Oh, yeah. He's coming out guns blazing, man. These two guys have been playing this category like crazy lately. Just pushing
well, not
back
just that, but maiba coming in from that hot second place. I'm sure he's feeling real good right now.
Oh, yeah. He has been on a tear lately. And same with Silver. Oh, good. Iggy.
Wow, that was
Silver.
Fantastic.
Good 241s from both runners. Silver getting that insta Iggy drop.
So now we're in a nice little cutscene here. We're going to blow up this castle. We're going to learn about how the demented Iggy Koopa was defeated. That's roughly what that text says. And that we have rescued Yoshi's friend, who is still trapped in an egg.
And he can still speak English, though, the Yoshi egg. That's incredible.
I know. It's
long gestation period. All right, they're about neck and neck going into Donut Plains. They're going to grab this cape, hope it lasts them a while. They need to get a good flight speed, grab this key, and get out. It's very hard to tell on the restream what kind of flight speed that they're at, and it's kind of difficult even for the runners themselves. But these guys are very good runners, very consistent runners. Things like flight speed, they are able to manage quite well.
Yeah, so now we're going to see a slightly more technical level. You're going to be doing a lot of swimming, a lot of dodging around things. We're going to be going up into this pipe. We're going to be looking to grab a shell from a Koopa flying above. We're going to take that with us. We're going to swim a bit faster than normal. And hopefully we're not going to lose our shell to one of these fish.
Yeah, these fish can really not play nice sometimes.
No, in fact, that is why these guys are going to grab that switch on their way. Can't lose the switch to the fish like you can the shell.
It's a good weapons upgrade. Alright, now they're moving into a pretty nice little ghost house. There's not too much to talk about in this level, honestly. They're going to catch flight and go into a door here at the end of the room, and the exit will just be right above them. And so after this, they're going to have themselves a couple of flyover levels before Morton's Castle, and that's where things are going to start getting hairy for these guys. Good 283s from both of them. So far, this is an incredible run.
Yeah, they're basically neck and neck. There's been very little difference in these two runs.
So impressive. This early P-speed here can be quite difficult. Both of them getting it very nicely, but relying on those moving platforms to give you the P-speed you need to take off can be quite difficult sometimes.
Yeah, even just missing the first jump onto those platforms, if you do it just a little too late, you got no chance. So, very good. It takes a lot of practice to get that. It looks like Silver saved just a little bit of time with flight speed there.
Yeah, flight speed is important. This is another level coming up where that matters. When Mario's parachuting around in the air, his speed can oscillate from values 47 to 51. And when he starts tapping left and going into that parachute animation, it's going to lock into one of those 5 speeds. But they can manipulate that value by tapping right as they're parachuting, but you don't know exactly what speed you're going to get just by tapping right. So you just got to kind of play around with it and hope that you get a speed that you like as soon as you can.
Yeah, Silver had a little bit of a mishap with that flyover. He cape canceled through something, but he pretty seamlessly recovered and got back into the air, only losing a very slight amount of time. It's going to be maybe a second between them going into Morton.
Yeah, and this is where I mentioned that things can get a little difficult for these guys potentially. They need to get up and into this secret pipe up there, and then they're going to go for their Morton fly attempt. This can be pretty difficult because it's a vertical level with not a lot of horizontal area to maintain your flight speed. These guys are really going to have to utilize their cape as well as they can to get up there quickly. Both of them doing a beautiful work of it.
Yeah, they're going to take the spring, they're going to throw it in that hole, they're going to jump up. 2 fireballs and a jump is all these guys need. They're going to take down Morton. That's the second castle. We're going to see Vanilla Dome next after seeing a nice cutscene.
Yeah, these runners will stick with cape for a majority of this run, but that flower that they keep in the item box is important for a lot of these bosses, where just a couple of fireballs and a jump will get rid of them. It saves an insane amount of time to just make sure you hold on to that flower in your item box, at least until after Roy.
Yeah, man, having to do those bosses, I guess I would say the old-fashioned way, jumping on them 3 times. You have to wait for their animation. You have to wait for them to be able to be hit again. Sometimes you might even get weird positioning and have to wait a little while. It's easier just to have a flower.
Especially if it's a boss like Ludwig, where it has insanely long cycles in between where you can get a hit. Like, you could file your taxes in between hits.
Ludwig is such a slow boss. Even if you get the cycle skip, you still have to do at least one time with that whole shell thing, and it's super annoying. Oh, that was scary.
Oh my goodness gracious. That buzzy shell bounced off the wall, almost hit him.
But it did look like he saved just a slight amount of time doing that, so...
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't know if this is big guns or...
Now, here's a good strat difference here. Oh, no. Silver went up with a shell to hopefully throw into those Koopas and avoid what just happened. That was interesting. Maiba got through there pretty clean and picked up a little extra lead there.
Lucky for Silver, though, this stage has capes all over the place. You lose a cape, it's very easy to recover it. It's more just the time lost in the level itself.
Yeah, as far as No Star World goes, that's not the worst thing that could have happened.
There are much worse places.
Yeah.
Much worse places to lose that cape.
Yeah, the second half of the run, it would be disastrous at certain points if that had happened. Yeah, they've got a couple flyover levels to get rid of before they go for the fortress. This is a good time for you guys to use that command SMW and find out more about this tournament, or go follow those runners.
Yeah, so where Maiba is and where SilverStar is going to be one of the few stages you're going to see the dolphins in. Which, fun fact, if you didn't know already, dolphins can be eaten by Yoshi in the Japanese version. Not that that's of any use at all in this category, but, you know, fun facts. Fun facts.
It's so upsetting. They don't hurt you. They don't do anything. They're just nice little fellas swimming around, going about their day.
Yeah, if you end up in the water for some reason, you get that big fish chasing you, that thing's gonna kill you, but you can ride the dolphins, they'll save you.
Yeah, see, they're just buddies.
They're so underrated. Almost as underrated as the Chucks.
And almost as underrated as this fortress. This is a fortress I really like a lot, that gets a lot of grief, but it's pretty fun.
If I'm being honest, before I was doing this tournament, I absolutely hated this fortress until I properly learned it. It's just super tight.
Yeah, it is. They gotta stay real close to these ball and chains and going under those bonefish. We've seen a lot of people lose cape to those, especially there's like a certain fish at the end of every room, like that one that Maiba just went under. Let's see if he gets a swamp despawn. If he spins his cape right here, there is a potential for that thwomp to not be there. And I'm sure we'll see Silver go for his attempt shortly. Hopefully he despawns so he can show you what we're talking about.
There it is.
There's the thwomp boss on Silver's screen. Great use of that cape and despawn mechanics. Gonna save him just a little bit of time.
Yeah, I think it's about half a second, but I mean, half a second's half a second. Yeah. In this race, it could come down to that.
Oh goodness, SilverStar almost taking a fireball to the face. He got out of that Reznor just as clean as Maiba did. Oh man, my heart is racing. What is it? I'm feeling excitement. Unadulterated joy.
Really? It feels like nap time to me.
Oh, nap time. Well, I've got the perfect cure for you. Have you tried Butterbridge 1? It is scientifically engineered for excitement. It is man's greatest achievement, the 8th wonder of the world. It's got self-driving before Tesla was even a thing. Get those PogChamps out for Butterbridge 1.
Or if you're like me, you're probably taking a nap here.
Absolutely not. How could you?
If you've actually experienced this level for yourself, I think you would have very different opinions of it. Very, very different opinions. I've seen more heartbreak than happiness in this level. You fall off, that's 2 minutes gone. Just you gotta do it all over. Gotta get your cape back. Awful. Like look at all this swag that Silver's going for.
Yeah,
just went for the one-ups like nothing. Like that's terrifying. Why would you do that?
Sometimes you gotta show off some swag. I've just been staying up in the air. I love how he just flies through that level with no fear whatsoever. We've seen that bite so many runners.
So hype, people literally faint. I don't know if it's the hype that does that, but...
That's what it is, man. That's what it is. People don't resident sleep this level. It is the most exciting level in all of history. It's not resident sleeper. They're fainting from excitement.
How about I meet you in the middle and just say it's the most important level to not die in?
Agreed. You don't want your bridge buttered.
Definitely not, especially when there's just another half coming up. Maiba's going in right now. Butterbridge 2. It's another roughly a flyover.
This is where we get to cool down from the excitement a bit. You know, get your breath back, realign your chakra. Silver's still hot on Maiba's heels going into that Butterbridge 2.
Yeah, maiba's giving us a good look at all those Super Koopas just as he's going across. And here's Silver showing us all those Super Koopas. Turns out Mario's not the only one who can fly around in this level. Who knew?
There's land, sea, and air in this game. All right, this is
that's
Ludwig's
what makes
castle.
it perfect.
This castle shows off some really cool cape mechanics here in room 1, showing off some cool cape cancels through those ball and chains. maiba's going to stick with cape for this room 2 strat, flying under these potaboos. Very nice. Managed to keep the speed just down enough to not get hit. Silver switches to flower, so this is really cool. You guys get to see both strats back to back. Instead of flying under the potaboos, he just goes for those tiny little spin jumps, landing on every discrete little platform, making sure he didn't fall in that sketty sauce.
I'm a big fan of using the fire flower in that room myself. It just, if you're not careful when you're flying through that very first part, it's very easy to hit your head on the spikes and lose your cape, and you know, that's a risk some people don't want to take. And having the cape through there, it's a small time gain, but it's like, nonetheless,
Yep, there we go.
That's what I'm saying.
maiba lost his flower and had to rely on a cycle skip throughout Ludwig. SilverStar had his flower, taking first place in that Ludwig fight. It was exactly what we were saying earlier, where it's Ludwig, if you have to wait for that shell in between the hits and stuff like that, it takes so long that you can come up, do 2 fireballs, jump on them, and get out of there quicker than your opponent. But can he hold that lead as they go into Forest of Illusion? This is where we see so many runs dashed.
Well, Forest of Illusion just... It depends how it treats them, honestly. They could be playing perfectly and it break apart just because one gets more lucky than the other.
Yep, absolutely. This is a pretty luck-dependent split coming up. Hoping we see some good Yoshi wings here. You guys potentially can see a really cool glitch coming up called Yoshi Wings.
maiba grabbing that flower back there. Nice.
Yeah, that's actually, might as well. Is it worth it just for Roy? I don't know.
I think so. That's still 8 to 12 seconds versus 3.
Closely to SilverStar's screen, he needs to throw the shell, grab it while it's moving, try to dupe that block to the left side to get the Yoshi Wings out. He didn't get it, so he's just going to move on with it. maiba's going for his attempt right now, grabbing the shell, trying to dupe to the left. He duped upwards. Unfortunately, he's going to be taking the normal exit as well. That could have given him the little bite that he needed to take the lead coming out of that level.
Yeah, so coming out of here, we're just staying really tight. Let's just keep our eyes glued to these clips, because this is probably where we're going to see if we're going to see a huge difference, this is probably where it'll be.
Yeah, now SilverStar has to dismount Yoshi there close to the ceiling, and it should line him up perfectly to clip into that corner. Good second attempt.
Wow,
didn't give up
that was
on
a
that
fast.
Right side.
He didn't even really lose the cycle there. That was super awesome.
That was gorgeous. maiba having to go for a left hand. Ooh, getting kicked out there. He's...
Oh,
my goodness. And this is why Yoshi clips are just awful. The great regulator. It doesn't matter how good your run is when you come in. Yoshi will decide how good it is when you come out.
Finally getting it, though. maiba is now in the wall. He's going to be swimming under. He is spinning. He is not happy about that. I wouldn't be either.
Who would be? We saw similar things happen to him last time versus Fitz. Alright, so Silver's going to be the first getting out of Forest of Illusion 2. Going into 3, he's got a nice flyover level to take a breather before heading into Roy's castle. maiba just behind him, leaving Forest of Illusion 2 currently.
Yeah, so SilverStar is showing us all these interesting item blocks. We've got all these things floating around in bubbles. It's real interesting. I don't know how they get trapped in those bubbles. I think it's a little concerning that we're throwing bombs and Goombas in bubbles, but...
That's how they're born.
Oh, interesting.
Bubbles. Yeah, it's like the pelican, or the stork. Yeah, not a pelican. That'd be terrifying. But,
oh my
they
goodness.
Come in bubbles.
A pelican with bubbles of Goombas. I can't imagine that.
Oh my goodness. SilverStar's Roy Flush strat is absolutely insane. Normally you'll see
terrifying.
a dive bomb strat that we'll talk about with maiba coming up that will just show how impressive what SilverStar just did was threading those needles. Goodness, to do that in a race is absolutely insane. Now watch maiba's attempt here. It should be different, where he'll stick near the top until about now and dive bomb downwards and avoid those potoboos. SilverStar went straight through them with no regard for his own safety. That was amazing.
That is definitely a statement. If I ever saw one. Fearless.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, showing he wants to keep that lead for sure. Getting out of Roy first. Alright, so they both still have their cape. They both still have a flower. They don't really need the flower anymore, so it'll be interesting to see where they take their backup. I think Silver tries to go for a Koopa in Chocolate Island 1. I could be incorrect about that, though.
Oh, I believe he does. I'm not sure where maiba goes for it. I think he either goes for that Koopa or takes the spring, but...
Alright, so they're going to be trying to pull off a trick here called Pipe Fly. They need to manage their P meter that gets them their speed as they go into the pipe. SilverStar did. He got to that pipe without hanging out too long up there, and it'll allow him to parachute out of that pipe with a speed of 64 as opposed to a natural limit of 51. Oh, that shell grab.
And the parade. Beautiful.
Oh my goodness, dude. This run is shaping up to be something. Oh, maiba might not get the pipe fly here.
Oh, he got it. Wow. Interesting. I'll be honest, I didn't think that would be good, but well done.
Alright, Silver, going through one of the worst ghost house. You have to stay low enough to avoid an obstacle that's off screen above, while staying high enough to avoid that fishing boo. Going for that suicide door, wow. Normally in a race, you would see people wait for that gap to go on the left side of the door. It gives you a little extra safety for grabbing the door. But Silver's not playing it safe.
No, he's definitely feeling good now.
Oh, man. These are insane runs from these guys. Alright, at least Silver gets a little breathing room now, going into Chocolate Island 2. Not much to this one, just get to the end as quick as you can. Good door fly from maiba there, coming out of the ghost house. It's pretty great watching all these top runners do all these various pipe flies and door flies. Had no idea
Basically
how many they were. Yeah.
All the tricks.
Anytime they see a door or a pipe, it is almost guaranteed that they're going to be flying when they come out of it. All right, Silver made his way into Chocolate Secret, currently in the lead by a decent amount.
Let's see how well he gets on with my friends the Chucks.
Ugh.
This level does have a guaranteed strat where you don't get hit by them. So, if you get hit by them, you need to learn the strat.
It's kind of their fault, yeah. I mean, that's true. If you don't know the Steven strat going through this at this level, like, you got to know it. Yeah, in this room 3 that SilverStar is in, he just needs to fly above these enemies and get his way to the exit. But where the Chucks are, Mike's friends, not mine. I want to make that clear. You can hear that his cape sounds kind of disappear in that section. And the Chuck sounds override the cape, and it can cause you to think that you missed a cape pump, when in fact you didn't. And so you start going crazy, mashing left, trying to get that cape pump, but you'd never hear it. And it just makes you fall out of the sky. So you have to be real conscientious of your cape pumps and like making sure you're metronoming perfectly.
I don't know why people don't like the Chucks, man.
They're rude and abusive. I'll say that.
They're not hurting anyone.
Oh my goodness. Oh, so far great Windy from Silver. Nice use of those cape cancels, getting through that crusher without taking any damage. He's going into one of my personally favorite rooms, this windy room too. It's just a piece of art when you have a cape.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. And it's also very, like, you can't describe it any better than just watching it, you know? It's just one of those things.
Yeah, that level, I mean, yeah, that room right there just speaks for itself. Oh, and coming out of that windy fight clean. He already has his backup cape. Silver's feeling pretty good right now. maiba is still right behind him in room 2 going into his windy fight. Ooh, having a little hiccup in that room too.
Keeping
see
his
if he's
speed,
able to
though.
recover good. Very nice. Very
That
nice.
is a good recovery.
All right, and good 3 hits from maiba. Very nice. He'll be joining SilverStar in that cutscene. But it won't be too long before Silver is out and goes into the sunken ghost ship. And here y'all can potentially see another really cool trick at the end of room 2 here. There's 2 boo rings that these guys need to get through, and if they can manage their speed through the level properly and potentially scroll at the right time if need be, they can despawn one or both of the boo rings to continue through. Alright, maiba now entering the ghost ship as well. He's looking good for his despawn so far. Now pay attention closely on SilverStar's screen. Right here at these turns, there should be
I think
rings.
that's a double.
Oh, beautiful!
That is a double despawn.
There are no boo rings in that level that y'all saw.
Nope, he took that boo cloud with him all the way through, and it overwrote the spawning of those boo rings, and made it so easy to get through. No or not canceling. There's no damage boosting, no anything, just right through.
Yep. Yep, and especially if it's that first one, like, those boo rings are toll booths, and instead of quarters, they want your time. SilverStar grabbing orb.
Canonically known as Magic Ball, as I found out.
I hate that.
Magic Ball. Doesn't sound as good.
No, no. All right, maiba getting his orb.
Orb.
All right, SilverStar. He is in the Valley of Bowser, taking that top route. I always love seeing that. Good race strat there.
This whole level's really cool.
I want to see if he can, is this where he can pull off that, oh man, sometimes,
Oh!
You thought that one up was coming, but no. You get out of here. I always love seeing that from him. Now, a big question is, like, Silver has a decent lead. Is it decent enough to not even go for Sandbar Clip? Or do you think he's going to go for Sandbar Clip here?
I would say if he went for it and failed it, he would probably be even with maiba at best.
He did grab the midway, which is smart. It looks like he's setting up. He's setting up.
I know. Okay. He's not getting that.
Good use of that slide out, though. He is going to survive, keep going on. maiba had his last race with Fitz. One of them decided by the sandbar. Sandbar's about a 12-second save. maiba ended up winning by 11 seconds after getting the sandbar.
Yeah, I have a very strong feeling maiba's going to go for it. I think it's what he's going to need if he's going to take this all the way through.
Right. Now watch maiba as he spin jumps at the right time. Oh, no.
No, that...
Screen froze for a second. I thought he made the clip, but Mario unfortunately died.
I wonder if he had paused there when he realized that he didn't make it.
Oh, that's possible what happened.
That's unfortunate.
When we talk about the sandbar clip, there's a potential to clip into the bottom yellow portion of this level. Saves a massive amount of time.
And a massive amount of boredom, because this level, when you're playing this level, it's only very, very weird things will happen if you change it up. Like, there's very little potential to actually die here unless something really strange happens. Or you go for sandbar.
Oh god, I've been holding my breath. But Silver's going through this fortress. It is absolutely terrifying to watch every time I see it.
Yeah, but it's just so awesome. Cool. So cool.
I always love seeing a runner come out of that without taking any damage. Awesome Reznor kill. SilverStar will be going into the Bowser fight shortly. maiba is behind him, and Valley of Bowser 2 about to exit to go into the fortress. Alright, SilverStar's going to navigate his way through this dark room. Before the Bowser fight, there's a couple of needles he's got to thread to get there first. Very nice. maiba's making his way through the dangerous fortress. Very nice, very nice. He's in the Reznor fight. SilverStar's getting his first hit on phase 1 currently. He's going to be relying on a lot of what we call cape kill, flying up in the air and hitting those Mecha Koopas just as Bowser throws them to get as quick of a hit as he can. You'll notice he did keep an extra Mecha Koopa from phase 1 into phase 2. We'll talk about that here shortly. maiba is going into the dark room, going for his Bowser fight. Oh, that was scary. He got a little hung up there. I thought he was going to lose cape.
Yeah, what's a little interesting with this cape kill and keeping this Mecha Koopa through is that it's actually faster than if you would just use the first 2 Mecha Koopas in the first phase of Bowser.
Yeah, it saves a lot of time. If you hit Bowser right at that precise moment, it will keep him from throwing the second cannonball, and he'll just go straight into throwing 2 more Mecha Koopas, allowing Silver to get another cape kill. So he's going to be heading into the 3rd and final phase. He has another skip he can go for on hit number 5 coming up. If he hits Bowser, the second his hitbox is available, it will cause Bowser to bounce only 5 times as opposed to 8. So watch as he throws through the clown car, hitting Bowser when that hitbox is available, setting him up for a perfect cape fly, going for that 6th and final hit. Very nice. Let's get some big GGs out for SilverStar. He's going to take the win for this first race.
Well done.
Really good run. 33-23. Wow.
Yeah, that is a fantastic time. Wow. Absolutely fantastic.
What a run. maiba's still having a good run himself. He is going for his ball skip right now. All right, and he'll be heading into his 3rd and final phase. And then we'll be beginning race 2 shortly. This will give Silver the first win. These guys need 2 out of 3 if they want to move on to the finals of the Snow Star World Winter Tournament. So if maiba wants to stay in, he now has to win 2 in a row against SilverStar. Big GG's out for maiba, getting his hit, finishing with that 34-23. Ended up being a minute behind Silver, and they stayed so close for so long. And maiba dying to that sandbar clip. It was his last-ditch effort to get that first place. He had to go for it.
It's all he had after what happened in FOI 2.
Yeah. After that Yoshi clip, he had to go for it.
Sandbar was basically the only divider at that point, so that was the only way Maiba would have even made it back to evening it up.
Yep. Yep. Still a great run with that low 34 time. Alright, and hopefully we'll get started shortly with race 2. Oh man, I really hope this goes to 3. These guys just put on such exciting shows. Alright, so while we're in between, just want to let you guys know that this is a great time to use that command SMW. That's going to give you all the information you need about the bracket, the schedule, the Discord, so you can click on those and follow your favorite runners and see who they're facing next, especially when we're coming down to the final 4. And this is also a great time to go and follow those racers, SilverStar and maiba. All right, looks like we'll be getting this second race started shortly. Once again, this will be a best of 3. So SilverStar's looking to get that second win to secure the victory and head on to the against an undetermined opponent. maiba needs to win 2 in a row if he wants to win. This is single elimination. The loser will actually be going on to do a bronze match. And that will be against the winner of Day Sui and whoever the winner is of tomorrow's match, Louis versus Ben. So y'all definitely make sure to tune in tomorrow, January 27th, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. We got Ben versus Louis in a quarterfinals match. The winner will be going on to face Day Sui for a chance at the finals. And if you're a viewer outside of the US, this is a good time to check out the command bets. I'll post that link in the chat for y'all. And you can click on that promo link from vi.gg. And if you're eligible, get that free €20 bet. You can bet on all the matches you see here at this Super Mario World No Star World Winter Tournament. All right, and it looks like these guys are getting ready to start going any moment now. Good job on Silver there, using that practice. He just did what happened in his last race. He needs to ensure that that's not going to happen again, especially using that shell strat that he uses. There you go. You need to throw that shell upwards, get those Koopas out of the way, keep flying up. An unfortunate incident, but you do have a backup cape nearby, so it wasn't the worst thing to have happen. There are much worse places to lose cape in this run. And what he's using right now is what we speedrunners in Super Mario World is the practice ROM. Most of us use it. It's a great tool where you can see a bunch of diagnostic information about your current level and run. Save states, slow-mo, various things like that is just packed with features and a great example of the links the community will go to provide awesome tools for runners.
I think one of my favorite things to play with lately has been some of the settings that you get on the overworld where you can change between special world or even modify what your score would be.
Yeah, I think that's great. The newer score lag simulator. That's the wrong word, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I get it. I don't actually know what quite to call it either, if I'm being entirely honest.
All right, and also some more good practice for Silver here. He's going to be testing out this Yoshi wing, so hopefully you guys can catch a glimpse of this. We didn't get to see any Yoshi wings in the previous race. But the strat that SilverStar is going to pull off can save you roughly 6 seconds if you pull it off right. He needs to dupe that block to the left side, which he pulled off, giving him the Yoshi wings he needs to exit that level early.
And that was beautifully done.
That was textbook right there. What's normally in that box is a P balloon, and the contents of that box is dependent on its positioning in the level. So if you dupe upwards, you're just going to get another P balloon. You have to dupe to the left. And a good way of ensuring that is to catch that shell while it's moving after you spit it out of Yoshi. Yeah, Silver's taking great use of his time right now, practicing all the hot ticket items of this run. You guys get to see all these different things that we can talk about now. The sandbar clip, you just saw SilverStar clip through the bottom portion of the level as it was moving up. It's just a couple of frames you can pull it off by. Nice little swag clip. Always awesome to see. That saves an insane amount of time, especially in a race. We've seen maiba catch up before in sandbar. We've seen several other runs in this tournament change the outcome just based on that sandbar. Looks like maiba's gonna do the smart thing as well and start practicing that sandbar. Oh man, that's about exactly what happened last time. It looked like you get the clip for just a second, but you don't. It's a very high risk, very high reward strat.
Yeah, it definitely makes it worth going for, at least in the very tight situations between these two guys.
Yeah, absolutely. When you talk about runners with the consistency levels that these two guys have, it absolutely can decide a race. There are so many just race deciders in this run whenever you talk about top level competitors. I do like that maiba always lets the Yoshi wings out. Gotta let him breathe.
Maiba bailing out of that one. Knew he wasn't going to make it.
Yeah, he is not using the practice card, so he's got to start select out of every attempt.
Yeah, I think he's just doing that so he doesn't have to change things around while he's waiting for the race.
All right, and it looks like these guys are ready and up. So I'm sure Maiba will restart anytime. Then we'll get this going. Oh, nice dupe work from Maiba there.
Oh, he missed one of them.
That doesn't count then. Doesn't count. All right, and since we'll get started soon, just a quick refresher about what's going on here. This is a Super Mario World, No Star World Winter Tournament, twitch.tv/speedgaming. We have SilverStar, who has a lead currently with 1 win, versus Maiba on the right-hand side. This is a best-of-3 match right now. So Silver's looking for 1 more win. Maiba needs to win a back-to-back to stay in. And they are off.
Silver showing off a little disco there.
Yep, I mean, that's already good luck right there when you got Disco Mario on your side. Let's see if you can top it off with a 361 in this Yoshi's Island 2, the first level of the run. Silver already just coming out of the gate with swag in his run. So a good timer on this this level. You'll hear us reference the time a lot in this run. You'll see up by the item box, it's in the mid 370s currently. And a good time for this would be a 360, but there is a potential for these guys to get a 361 if luck is on their side for the final jump. Neither one of them getting it. I don't think SilverStar attempted it, did he?
I don't think so. I do know he mentions that he tries to do some score manipulation. I wonder how early on that goes for him. Because his pattern through that level is very, very different to Maiba's.
Yeah, I mean, that is a great level to pick up a bunch of score when you need it fast, which he showed off by doing the Koopa stomps at the very beginning. Netted himself almost over double what Maiba has currently. And for runs like this, score lag can be a big thing.
Yeah, so it looks like these guys are hitting those platforms just right. You should see very nice 259s from both. Only possible if you are, in fact, using those brown platforms to your advantage.
Yeah, it's a very interesting level that it makes that difference. Little levels like this is kind of a dealer's choice style thing, where everyone has their own little routes and minuscule differences. It's always interesting to see. Maiba went for that shell jump, didn't get it. SilverStar did the smart thing. If you don't go for the shell jump and stomp it, saves potentially a handful of lag. All right, and they're heading into Iggy Room 1. You got to rely on some tight spin jumps to get through. All right, good use getting by him.
Almost in sync. Like, I could be watching the same on either side right now.
Yep, we have 2 of the same runners right now. Even going for the back jump. Their room 2 is very similar too. Oh, that's so funny. Their room 2 is so similar. Oh
my goodness. What is happening? They went from being entirely different to entirely the same. I don't even know what to say anymore.
Nice little swag clip there from SilverStar, showing off what is possible. Alright, Maiba going for a normal fast Iggy kill, which is just a couple fireballs jump on him and send him on his way. SilverStar going for that butt slide a hair faster. But both of them finished with a nice 241 on the timer.
They're basically in sync.
They absolutely are. Coming out of that Yoshi's Island, going into Donut Plains. We might see a sync break in Donut Plains 1, potentially.
Yeah, if they're not managing their flight speed, then someone could end up ahead of the other. Or they could end up on the same flight speed and hit the same time, and then we have to, you know, see what changes.
Wow. Exact
okay.
same cape grabs and everything. The only thing these guys do different in runs is Ludwig Room 2, apparently.
Well, if the difference in their runs comes down to that, then I mean, we're going to need someone to retime it at that point, because that is frames.
62 for SilverStar, 61 from maiba. We saw them get the exact same cape grab at the same time. So that just goes to show that managing your flight speed in that level is of utmost importance. Not the biggest deal in, you know, in the big scheme of things, but
especially this early.
Yeah. But you can manage to get like a 360 or a 359 in that level. Like your flight speed can treat you very poorly and set you up weird on that pipe that you have to go over to grab the key. 361 is pretty good still.
And they basically use the same strat to avoid that third fish and grab that switch.
Wow, very nice. Good 251s from both of them. Still staying pretty much in sync going into the Donut Ghost House.
Yeah, Silver's fraction ahead. Not even a second.
Yep.
It's enough that it's visible, but not enough that you can really tell how much.
Especially because we have a couple more flyover levels coming up after this. So there is a big chance that maiba could bite into that lead due to flight speed.
That's really all that separates at this point.
Yeah, it's not a huge decider, especially when you talk about like lower seed runners and things like that. But when you're talking about like runners like these guys, these flyover levels can make a difference.
Yeah, at this level, it's the micro optimizations that'll start counting.
Absolutely, and good early P-speed, both of those guys. Wow. So pretty much in sync. They got one more level before they head into Morton's Castle, where things could get different.
So as you can see in this level, the most scary thing that these guys are going to have to actually deal with are these parachuting Goombas. They're just high enough, they're not going to get hit by the Hammer Brothers, they're not going to see any of the Goombas walking along, just the ones that are like parachuting in, like they're on a mission. Their mission is to try and knock Mario out of the sky, but it looks like those Goombas are just going to fail at that.
Fortunately.
Well, fortunately for our runners, not for the Goomba overlord who sent them there.
Yeah, definitely a waste of labor. Alright, these guys are going for the Morton fly. Good job on both of them so far, both carrying that spring up. You're going to see them switch to Flower that they're going to use on Morton to get out of him quicker. And you're going to see that fire used on a lot of these bosses.
Yeah, for many bosses in this sort of arena-style setting, you just have to hit them with a couple fireballs and then jump on them. Knocks them out, nice and easy. Also much faster than jumping on them 3 times.
Wow, these guys are staying super close. I don't expect much standing change coming up in the next few levels. Hopefully VD1 treats them well. The level coming up next.
Yeah, the next couple levels are a little trickier than what we've been seeing over the last few minutes. I think even Vanilla Secret, the level after the one they're going into, caused a little grief last race, so hopefully that goes better for everyone.
That's true. Silver did lose his cape. That was a level we saw him practicing earlier. He's really gonna hope to keep his lead throughout all of that. Beautiful work on both of those parts.
382 from both of them, too. Awesome.
Now, this is the level where we saw SilverStar lose his cape to the Koopas. You'll notice they different strats a little bit here, where Silver brings the red shell up with him, while maiba goes hands-free. Nice. Silver is through. maiba is through.
That's an impressive strat from maiba.
It really is. It's terrifying to see people go empty-handed.
15. Now what we don't want to see is too many more of those bonus stars. The bonus games tend to make speedruns very, very slow. And I don't think we want that in a race situation.
Probably not. I can understand that.
But I'm sure we could all get really hyped if it were to happen. It's not music you get to hear every run.
Alright, good job from both of them. Got one more flyover level before they hit the fortress. These guys are just gonna keep it neck and neck for y'all as long as they can, it seems.
I mean, I think that's the most exciting part. I'm here on the edge of my seat. We just see all these lovely dolphins who we established earlier. They're just friends of Mario, really.
Yeah, they're good guys. They're homies.
They don't mean any harm.
Looked like Silver thought he was going to get flight out of that pipe.
Gotta get all the pipe fly he can.
Wow, their exit transitions were on the screen at the same time. That's how close they are.
Save the animals, save the dolphins.
Yeah, be friendly to your dolphin. Don't stomp on the fish in Yoshi's Island 4. Be respectful.
Dolphins are friends, not Yoshi food. Controversial opinion.
Alright, these guys are going to be going for a Thwomp D spawn here. We saw Silver get it last time.
Oh.
Getting it this time. maiba's
Well
still
done,
not
Silver.
getting it. Yeah, that is a really great trick to see. Not the biggest time loss for maiba, but, you know, as I always say, it's just cool to see. Very low risk, low reward strat.
Yeah, it's about half a second, but it costs nothing to go for, so why not?
Good, clean res nor kills from both.
These identical timers, they just keep coming out, same time.
I know, they have the same run. But hey, Mike.
What?
Still got the edge of your seat?
I'm about to lean back and take a nice nap.
Oh, no. You gotta get up, because you're gonna need the edge of that seat. Because this Saturday, we got 2 runners in Butter Bridge 1 at the same time. Adult tickets $5, kids get in free.
Well, you see, here's the thing about Butter Bridge 1, though. As much hype as it is...
for your whole seat, but you'll only use the edge.
The only happiness from Butter Bridge 1 comes to all the viewers of Butter Bridge 1. See, I can guarantee you, Silver is not hyped about this level. maiba is not hyped about this level. It's just one slight mistake. They go down the pit, that's 2 minutes gone. And this level, that could just be the race, gone. So if I'm on the edge of seat for anything, it's just hoping that they don't fall.
Well, I never thought of it that way. That's very depressing.
And I have ruined Butterbridge 1 for speed gaming forever.
I used to think this level was cool.
I'm sorry for breaking your heart, buddy, but it just had to be done.
Oh, I'm kind of upset that neither one of them take a shell in so we can see some cool block duping during this level. But I get it. Actually, I don't. If you're going to fly through the level, why not add to it, right?
Well, they're both going for the pipe fly. I think they figure, you know, pipe fly's enough swag. They don't need to add anything extra.
Oh, obvious. Silver did right there. He just like shell evaded way up in the sky, hitting that shell all the way up. That was really cool. Both of them getting a nice pipe fly, 154 on the timer each, as expected. Alright, bye Butterbridge 1.
Now we enter Butterbridge 2, where we learn that there are things in Dinosaur Land other than Mario that can in fact use the cape. And use it quite effectively at that.
I don't know, it looks like they're going at a downwards trajectory.
Oh yeah, how about that? If you stick around long enough, you actually see them lift right back up. They do sort of a dive bomb at you.
Yeah, they can definitely be a hassle if you're on the ground, especially for like a casual player. Fortunately, these guys can utilize that cape to just fly right over them. Now, this level is where we started to see some panic here. Maiba did lose his flower in room 3. It led to Silver taking the lead.
Yeah, so we're going to get to see both strats here side by side, though. That's not something you get to see very... Oh, no!
No!
That is not what you're looking for there.
One of the worst rooms, man, because as soon as it dumps out your item, you're already gone. He lost his cape and his flower that he was going to use for that quick kill.
And you can't even go back for it because the ceiling will come down too far and you'll die at the end anyways.
Yep. So Silver's going to have to rely on something cool. You guys will get to see the other way of doing this here now. With a cycle skip, where he needs to hit Ludwig while he's still in the air, and then he can get that third hit without him ever turning into a shell again. Good little cycle skip. Oh, Mario's ducking on Silver's screen.
Yeah, okay. Silver can't be happy about that. That's almost as bad as getting hit by a crusher, really.
Alright, so Maiba is going to be the first to be out going into Forest of Illusion. He still has his cape and he still has his flower. Let's see if we get any Yoshi wings from him.
I'm curious to see how Silver's going to take this next stage, actually. There are a lot of different choices you can make once you have to start going back for a power-up. There are a lot of different choices you've got to make. I also know Silver's very, very comfortable with no cape strats, so...
Yeah, I'm sure he'll pick up a cape here shortly. In the meantime, Maiba's going to go for his Yoshi Wings attempt. Now watch again as he hits that shell, grabs it while it's moving, tries to dupe to the left. He doesn't get it, unfortunately. He's going to keep moving. Silver has his cape. He has his Yoshi. He went for that shell grab. Oh,
lost his Yoshi. Oh, no, this is...
Oh no, cost him about an arm and a leg at this point. Yeah, he's just doing everything he can to try to just damage cancel with that Yoshi out. Is he still going for it?
Okay, no, he's using it for safety.
Smart.
That would be a very interesting choice to go for it still. I don't even think he'd be able to get the shell to have the right momentum. Because for that dupe, you have to hit it so that it's going right a little bit before you can get that dupe.
Alright, Maiba is in with his Yoshi clip. Silver's got a Yoshi and he's small. Alright, he's... Ooh. Little late of a dismount. It's gonna put Yoshi under the edge. He needs to go through this level vanilla style, unfortunately. That's gonna give maiba a very healthy lead. He is already out of Forest Evolution 2. Oh no. Oh, Silver trying to thread that needle between the two urchins. Unfortunately, taking a death. This is a good time to go get a Yoshi and a cape, I'd say.
Yeah, and I think there's some agreement with him there.
Maiba's casually working his way through Forest Evolution 3. He's got that Roy Fly coming.
Yeah, that Roy Fly could actually, you know, depending how it goes, could really make or break this race. Roy Fly is probably one of those things that, you know, if you've got a little bit of nerves going into it, it can really ruin your day, even if you're one of the best runners. I think we saw that pretty recently, too.
Yeah, hopefully Maiba's feeling good with his lead right now. Alright, SilverStar's in with his clip. Very nice. We'll be continuing on through Force Evolution 2 as maiba dives down, missing those Podoboos, keeping that flight through the spike room. That's a good textbook Roy flight right there.
Yeah, so now we're going to see the second half.
Yeah, that's where we've seen a lot of issues happen before, so that was good to see him get through that with no issues, getting that quick kill on Roy.
It's actually very interesting how often it happens in the second half, because it's the first half in my experience, it's always been the most troublesome part.
Yeah, it's just one of those castles where, like, just because you get through the tough part does not mean you're out of the woods. Like, everything from the first Podoboo to the last, like, fireball can kill you. Alright, maiba's going to be making his way into Chocolate Island to go for another sketchy pipe fly, maybe. SilverStar will be going into Roy's Castle momentarily once he gets the secret exit to Forest Evolution 3.
Yeah, in the meantime, he's just going to fly over these bubble Goombas.
No, I really hope Silver uses the same Roy strat. So you guys got to see maiba's strat where you dive bomb right before the Podoboos and pull back up before the final one. It looks really cool. There's no way you could get through those, right? Silver goes for a strat in which he does exactly that.
Oh
narrowly avoiding all of them, threading the tightest needle.
Jeez, that's so terrifying.
That is not wearing a seatbelt.
That is so scary.
He does.
I can't believe he goes for that.
Still, so he needs to get a natural kill on Roy here. Alright, maiba's making his way through the ghost house right now. SilverStar cleared Roy. He'll be joining him in Chocolate Island shortly. Maiba needs to cape cancel through that Fishing Boo. And he's going to utilize that cape cancel once more here. Going through the boos, being able to bounce off of them while he's in iframes, and getting that cool door fly to get out of there with a 262. Alright, now maiba is in Chocolate Island 2. Silver's making his way to Chocolate Island 1. Both levels, they just need to get to the end as quick as they can. There's not too much fuss. Let's see if Silver gets his pipe fly this time. Nice, nothing but net. Alright, maiba is out of there with the 269. Nice. SilverStar failing to grab that shell. Unfortunately, he's not going to have that back up where he likes to grab it.
Now it's time to get hyped because Maiba's about to pay a visit to my friends the Chucks.
Ugh.
Which, you know, if you're playing this right, there is a strat that is basically guaranteed to get you through there. No harm to the Chucks, no harm to yourself. You know, there's no reason not to do it. You know, I see sometimes people do hit the Chucks with their cape, and, you know, they don't appreciate that, and that's usually why you end up getting hit by them later. Only because you hurt one of their own.
That's true. That's true. I never think about it like that. They're just protecting themselves, man. Oh, SilverStar not getting that final little... That was weird. He got the bounce, but he didn't get the height he needed.
Yeah, that... You don't see that very often. That was very weird.
No. Getting that 258 coming out the ghost house.
I hear some people are a big fan of that number.
Absolutely no one. Alright, SilverStar's still about one chocolate secret behind Maiba right now. Wow, narrowly avoiding damage. That was good, thinking on his toes from Silver's part right there. Maiba's gonna be making his way into my favorite castle, Windy, showing off some really cool cape tech for y'all.
I think Wendy's Castle's another level that to me was always just sort of a until I actually bothered to sit and learn it and then go, oh wow, this is actually super cool.
Yeah, it's really neat to do those cape cancels, get right past that crusher. You can see him do another cape cancel here shortly on this last crusher potentially. And then continue his flight. Just a little pause.
Yeah, the interesting thing with the cape cancel is you still get that little bit of window where you can immediately get your fly back.
Yeah, it's great how OP they made the cape in this game.
It's certainly no, what is it, Raccoon Tail from SMB3?
I didn't know they made a third one. Yeah, I hear it's an alright game. Yeah, it's very nice that you don't just have to pound away at the button to like keep flight going and all that. Made it
and even when you do that, it makes you fall right back down. Nah, we're just gonna skip levels now.
Yeah, exactly.
This level, I don't like this level. I'll just fly over it.
Yep. For some reason, Nintendo thought that the Leaf was like not good enough, not powerful enough, so they gave us the cape in this game. Che, I'll take it.
So now Silver's going to go for his turn through Wendy's castle as Maiba makes his way through the sunken ghost ship. Silver not getting that cape cancel he was after. Still making it through all there. Now we're going to get to see a small only Wendy room too.
Well, I guess big, just no cape.
Or yeah, I guess capeless. I always forget that the midpoint makes you big.
Yeah, and small's not bad for this, but he grabbed that midway probably because he's no cape right now. It was a smarter choice on his part, especially going into the Windy fight. It's good to just have a little backup just in case.
And Maiba gets the double despawn.
Wow, dude, he is just so consistent with that. Very nice. SilverStar is coming out of the Windy fight. He does fortunately have a power-up, so he can grab that cape in the next level. If he lost that mushroom in the Windy fight, that would have been very detrimental. Maiba will be the first to grab the orb.
Magic ball.
Ugh.
I mean, hey man, that's what I think Nintendo Power said it was called, so canon, I think.
Well, and there's some sort of authority on Nintendo things now? Yeah, all right,
I mean,
that does sound official, yeah.
Nintendo sounds pretty official on that, so...
Yeah, you might have something there. Alright, Maiba's having Really good Vob so far. Good use of that cape to get through those moles. Those moles can be so finicky sometimes.
Yeah, the part of it that's considered a platform and the part of it that looks like it would be considered a platform are not entirely the same. Which can make it kind of scary when you're not just cape canceling through it.
Alright, so we're going for that double D spawn right here. One is gone, and two.
Oh, wow.
Double D spawn on both runners for both races. Wow.
I don't think I've ever seen it so consistent.
I wonder if maiba's watching the restream. He's setting up for... Is he setting up for sandbar clip? Or is he just going to slide through? Okay,
No, it looks like he just slid through.
Yeah, he just slid through. All right, that's a smart thing to do. I was real worried that he wasn't watching his lead or something. Orb. Yeah, very smart race strat right there on maiba's part. You've already got the lead. Don't push it with sandbar. Just continue on, because SilverStar is just now making his way into Valley of Bowser. Right now, this is currently maiba's race to lose.
Still, SilverStar's putting on a pretty good display of Vob 1 himself.
I love his Vob 1. I'm a big proponent of that top route. I'm surprised I didn't see more people use it throughout the tournament. I tried to push it so hard.
Yeah, it's a little bit slower, but it's so much safer.
Yeah, and you'll see him grab that block for a nice little backup cape here.
With the parade.
Along with that parade. maiba's in the worst fortress. Hoping he keeps his cape through this. He does have a backup if things go south.
Yeah, but even in this fortress, just having that backup doesn't mean you're going to leave with.
Very true, and there's not even a guarantee. Sometimes you can even grab the cape. Sometimes you'll be in a weird position and those crushers just airlock you. Very nice. Very nice. maiba is through, and he is in the final Reznor fight.
Those Reznors are getting pretty hot on him, but making it out no problem.
They were trying to aimbot him for a second.
It's Silver not making the sandbar, unfortunately.
Yep, unfortunately he's going to have to go back. He did grab that midway, which is good. Alright, maiba just has to make his way through the dark room, thread a couple needles, and he will be on to the Bowser fight. SilverStar getting that sandbar clip.
That is absolutely beautiful.
Very nice. Show us another clip, Silver. What do you got for us? Oh!
Nice.
Very nice.
maiba just flying around waiting for Bowser to start the fight. Flying around kind of like how Bowser was.
Yeah, just being a madman with that cape, getting a good insta hit right there. Wow, that was a weird way of getting rid of that Mecha Koopa.
Yeah, it's not the first time I've seen that, but makes me a little nervous. I'll be honest. That propeller is kind of scary.
Alright, Silver is finally out of Vob 2. I think he made up for that by getting the sandbar clip. That's just too cool to see.
Oh no!
No! maiba destroyed his Mecha Koopa and he's not going to get ball skip. He's goofing around with his cape, having a good old time. You can tell he's mad right now. Mario doing a little anger dance right there.
Because you can't mess up without an anger dance.
Silver lost his flight. That puts him in a pretty dangerous position with the cape here in this level. It can cause you to slow down sometimes and take a crusher, but he made it past that most dangerous one, the second to last one.
Oh, fireball to the face. That last Reznor seemed a little unusually aggressive to both of them.
It really was. They got a lot of fireballs coming at him. So he's going to be going into Bowser capeless. maiba will be heading into the third and final phase with a really good run once again. So because he couldn't bring in an extra Mecha Koopa, he's going to have to rely on the old-fashioned 8 bounce. No worries at all, though, because after this last hit, GG's to Maiba. He will take the win on this with a 33-39. Phenomenal time from him. 2 great runs. SilverStar is in the Bowser fight. Even when SilverStar faced like such bad luck in hits and damage and things like that, he still managed to keep this relatively close.
Yeah, honestly, they were both in Bowser at the same time.
So this will be heading to race 3, which is what we've wanted.
Races this close, you want to see as many of them as you can.
Oh, absolutely. That means we get to see one more Butter Bridge 1, too.
I mean, I think that's the thing I'm least excited about, but...
Oh, it'll turn you around the third time. You know, like, most people don't like it the first couple times. The third time, I'm telling you, you're gonna like the level. Alright, so SilverStar's going for his ball skip attempt here. Taking that Mecha Koopa from phase 1. He needs to hit Bowser at a precise moment here on the right side of the screen.
That looked good to me.
Yeah, that was about as early as you can get, kinda. And it's gonna make Bowser skip that second ball and just go straight to throwing up Mecha Koopas. And he's gonna save that next Mecha Koopa for another skip here in phase 3 coming up. Alright, so he needs to throw this Mecha Koopa up, hit Bowser right when his hitbox is available. That'll cause Bowser to bounce 5 times as opposed to 8. Shaving off a little bit of time for this 6th and final hit coming up. You guys throw up some big GGs for Silver.
GG, Silver.
He'll be finishing with a mid-35 run, and we'll be moving into race 3 of this No Star World Winter Tournament.
I'm really excited to see a race 3.
Oh my goodness, yeah. I hope it comes out as close as that first one. Alright, we should be setting up shortly. Maiba showing off some cool block dupe swag. SilverStar getting his practice in. Yeah, he's practicing Small Mario just in case he needs the backup.
I think that's a fair thing to practice.
It really is. Like, your muscle memory's tuned in with what needs to happen. The big question with these races are, how well can you think on your feet?
Yeah, and quite honestly, this is one of the best places to have your backups at, or know the backups for, because this is where you would end up going for your power-ups again if you lost them somewhere in Forest.
Yeah, and he had a crazy Yoshi Wing attempt that led to a lot of bad stuff, so what he's practicing right now is how to grab that green shell he normally does without taking the damage he did. So now he's going to practice a different shell setup where he's going to grab this last guy here and do it that way. That's one I definitely recommend if you're going in no cape, is go for that last Koopa as opposed to the one falling from the block. Maiba as well, practicing them Yoshi Wings. I like seeing that. We have not had one in the races so far.
But we do have proof now. They do in fact exist.
And now that these guys are practicing Yoshi, man, they even practice the same. Their runs are the same. They practice the same things.
They both have blue Yoshi bad luck.
Yeah, now that we can explain that further, dismounting Yoshi right up against the ceiling just lines you up perfectly to clip in. But even if you do everything right, there's still a 25% chance of getting kicked out, which we saw happen to Maiba several times. All right, and it's looking like we will be getting started here shortly. Once again, this is the Super Mario World No Star World Winter Tournament right here at twitch.tv/speedgaming. On our left, we have SilverStar6609 versus maibaRTA on the right. First race went to SilverStar. Maiba just took the second race to get his win. Maiba needs to win the second in a row to continue on to the finals. Silver's looking to stop that by taking this third race for himself. The loser of this will be going on to do a bronze match for third place later on in the tournament. And the rules of this are simple. These guys are going to be doing no Star World, so neither of these runners are going to be utilizing Star Warp that you see on the overworld. And currently, SilverStar is at third place in the category with a 32.51. Maiba, his challenger, is right behind him in fourth place with a 32.54. So these are two top-tier runners who run this very similarly, and they have an opportunity to keep this close for the entire race. And before we get this all started, this is a great time to use that command, SMW. I'm going to go ahead and put in the chat. You guys can click that link, and that will give you access to the bracket, the schedule, the Discord. You can click on those and follow your favorite runners. Another good opportunity to go and follow these racers as well. SilverStar and Maiba play all the time. I love watching both of them. So you should definitely go follow them and check them out because they are always grinding for some world records in some category. Just their level of consistency is always a joy to watch. All right, these guys are going to be getting started very shortly now, any moment. Trying to take this race 3 for a chance at the finals. Their opponent is still undetermined as of yet. We'll know that information shortly. Something you should definitely stay tuned in for tomorrow, January 27th at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, will be Ben versus Louis in a round 3 to try to make their way into the semifinals against Daesui. Louis, of course, being the world record holder currently, Daesui at number 2.
So, is it, if I'm hearing you right, this part of the bracket is literally the top 4.
It is
for the most part.
Louis at number 1, Daisui at 2, SilverStar at 3, maiba at 4, and the Dark Horse Ben at number 30 on the leaderboards, currently in the top 5. Absolutely doing amazing in this tournament.
That's crazy to me.
Absolutely.
That's crazy to me. The fact that we're going to see these runs between these guys, insane.
These matchups have just been top tier for so long. Like, this tournament brought out some of the best, and they were showing up for this.
Not only the best, but they're showing why they're the best. They're going for everything.
Yeah, these last few
just like that
have just been no holds barred, and maiba's proven it with that swag 361.
So I guess all I have left to say going into this run is good luck, because there are a lot of different tricks that are going to have to happen for either of them. This is going to be a very hot race because the rest of the tournament's on the line here.
Yeah, I definitely want to see some good lucks in chat for these runners. This race comes down to a lot for these guys, and this is a matchup that we've all been waiting on for quite some time, seeing Silver and maiba go head to head. Good 259s from both parties. maiba has gone for 2 shell jump attempts in the past 2 races, getting neither of them. Is third luck the charm? And we'll see Silver do the alternate route, not going for the shell jump, instead of opting to stomp it to shave a little bit of lag frames. maiba not getting that shell jump. So they're going to stay in sync for just a little longer. Hope you guys don't.
Yeah, that sync is so beautiful. I love that about the first part of the run. It's just they do it almost exactly the same. It's so pretty.
Mm-hmm.
You almost can't tell who's who.
Yeah, especially these two guys. It was hilarious to see all these it's various like dealer's choice levels on what you can do, and they opted to do very similar things in almost every situation. Oh man, beautiful cage work from Silver. maiba slipping a little bit.
Those cages are very tricky. If you tap up or down even the slightest bit, even if you just breathe on it funny, you'll grab that cage. It'll slow you down. You don't want that. You can even hold your left funny or your right funny. It doesn't matter. It'll grab that cage. You'll be losing a little time. It'll be very sad.
Yeah, especially that last jump in Iggy can be a little finicky. Silver a little hung up on his last fireball, but still managed a decent 240 versus maiba's 239. We had 241s from both runners in all previous matches.
I wonder if them having done 2 races already, I wonder how they're feeling. I bet they're a little bit tired now too.
Oh, absolutely. It takes a lot out of you to run this for over an hour and a half in one sitting, especially in a race format where just, nerves can get to you, and to be that jacked up for that long, it's a long-term marathon essentially.
Well, that was a cool cape grab from Silver.
Yeah, great. I mean, both of them doing the exact same strat, just really nicely. It can be pretty difficult to not only grab that feather right when that hitbox is available, but also throw out the fireball. Sometimes you'll grab that cape a little early and can't get the fireball off. Sometimes you go for the cape a little early and you go through it instead of obtaining it. Great 362 from Silver. maiba slipping up on that key grab, getting the 359. Silver is starting to take a slight lead.
Yeah, so now we're going to see both of them going through DS1. They're going to be spinning through some fish. They're going to go up into a dry room and hopefully grab a shell that'll let them swim faster through the rest of the level.
All right, good job on Silver and maiba. They're only going to hold on to that shell for just a little bit, because there is a chance when swinging at fishes that you could lose that shell. SilverStar had a very sketchy P-switch grab there, by the way.
Actually, maiba's was a little bit sketchy there as well.
Really? God, yeah, I tell you, they're just playing similar. But that P-switch, you don't have an issue of potentially losing it to fish. You can just go straight through them. Alright, maiba still staying hot on the heels of Silver as they go into the Donut Ghost House. These next few levels, pretty simple. There can be a few things that maiba can use to close in the gap, but that would rely on Silver to make some mistakes. With these flyover levels, that's asking for a lot.
Yeah, ultimately, we're probably not going to see a whole lot of change up until Morton. Morton will be where things start to heat up again with one of the vertical levels.
Yeah, it is nice that this category is kind of like a slow roller where you're able to take advantage of things like flyover levels significantly at first. Maiba not getting that early P-speed. He's going to have to depend on getting P-speed later in the level. Oh man, I don't know if he knew how to manage those Koopas right there. He had to do a little turn back to get the flight. That's going to let Silver take a big old bite into that lead and expand it. He's going to be coming out there with a 263. Pay attention to maiba's in-game timer to notice the time loss.
Yeah, and each in-game second is about 3/4, or not 3/4, 2/3 of a real second.
Mm-hmm.
So you can sort of gauge how much actual time he lost that way. And it's not insignificant.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. But we're still early in the run, and there's way more punishing mistakes later on. While SilverStar has a nice lead, we're only 7 minutes in. He can't depend on that lead at all. He still needs to be going top tier right now. I'm sure he'll be showing that next in Morton's Castle. I don't think neither of them have had issues in Morton's Castle tonight, have they?
No, not at this point, no.
I shouldn't have said that before they.
You really should not have.
Yeah, I need to learn my lesson about things like that.
Well, hopefully neither of these runners are punished for your sins.
Oh, I wasn't gonna say anything.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
I'm so sorry, Silver. maiba's gonna take the lead. That's a big. Yeah, that's a big lead right there. If they were tied up, that would put maiba pretty heavy for a second split lead. Fortunately, maiba was behind by a bit, so they basically just traded the lead. The same lead that Silver had going into Morton, maiba will be leaving with. Both of them getting that quick Morton kill. So sorry I said anything. Jesus.
Well, that was a bit of an equalizer. That's not usually something we would see from these guys, but hopefully we can see just a nice smooth trip up to Reznor. A nice trip to Ludwig. Good Yoshi clips, just, you know, even it back up.
I think we're going to see an insane race, to be completely honest. With both runners, we didn't see any cracks in their run until about Ludwig's Castle. This time we've had low Iggies, a DP1 screw up from maiba, not getting P-speed, the Morton issue with Silver. This third race, I think, is going to be a really good one, potentially. Because I have no idea what's going to happen.
It's going to be very entertaining, regardless of what happens.
Very stressful as well. Oh, very nice. Okay, both of them got up there. They both got that key. We've seen that be pretty sketchy for a few runners in the past. All right, and this is a level where we've seen issues previously. maiba, of course, going hands-free, tries to dodge those Koopas while Silver takes a shell with him to throw up and try to avoid damage. Good job on both runners.
Beautiful from both of them. Absolutely beautiful. Chuck was trying to sneak one back at him.
Chuck got a little frisky there. You don't normally see him kick a football before you go. Tried to aimbot SilverStar before he left the level.
Well, to be fair, To be fair, Silver was pretty aggressive with the Chucks last run. So, you know,
That's
like
right.
I said, they're just looking out for their own. You can't fault for that.
Always apologizing for Chucks, and I've been meaning to talk to you about that.
Dude, my friend's the Chucks, man. You can't be mad at him.
Alright, these guys got a couple more flyover levels before they hit the fortress. Hopefully we shouldn't see too much of a standings change between these two until then.
Yeah, I guess the only interesting thing to say here is I guess they have to not fly too high because of the falling bombs parachuting in, but that's not very fast. You just have to stay kind of in the middle of the level and you're fine.
I see you like the Chucks. The Chucks are your friends, but these are the true friends here, man. These cool little dolphins.
Well, you see, the Chucks are my friends. The dolphins are everyone's friends.
I like that. That was deep. Alright. Maiba is just only a couple of seconds ahead of Silver. They'll be heading into the fortress shortly. We could see some issues arise. But Silver is just slowly catching up, just nibbling away at that lead. He's had a couple of in-game timers that are just a little bit better than Maiba.
Yeah,
Those little time saves can add up. We have at least 20 more minutes of run going in.
Yeah, and it's even just small things he's doing. Flight speed.
Yep. That small optimizations are what can make this run when you talk about players like Maiba and Silver. Alright, Maiba going for that Thwomp boss again. Didn't get the despawn.
It's Silver again.
3 for 3 on that Thwomp boss. Absolutely unreal.
At least for that, the odds are in his favor. You have to get that in almost a perfect placement with that spin, and it's still only a 50-50 shot. So, really, that's impressive. That's awesome.
Yeah, he flipped 3 coins tonight, and all 3 came up heads for Silver. Both of them leaving the fortress. Oh my goodness, it's race 3. For the 3rd time tonight, we get to see Butterbridge 1. I'm so hyped for this right now.
Boo.
Wow, absolutely incredible. I can already feel the excitement just beating off of that level right now.
I'm actually incredibly worried. I'm muting myself right now.
Alright, Maiba showing off his super cool Butterbridge one again. He likes the cinematic kind of pan. Mario just touching in frame every now and then, trying to stay out. He just wants to show off the landscape. He's being nice to these Koopas, while SilverStar is just hitting anything that moves. Maiba's hoping that karma treats him well. Oh, there's Mario. Never mind. Silver doing the complete opposite, making his way down. It's funny how similar they play in style, and then when it comes to Butterbridge 1, complete opposites. Alright, now they gotta manage their Cape Tech pretty good here so they can get Pipe Fly here at the end of the level and finish with that 154.
Yeah, that's basically the one optimization you can really make to this stage.
Alright, Silver still right behind Maiba as the last to finish Butterbridge 1. Everyone say goodbye to Butterbridge 1. That's the last we will be seeing her tonight. Unfortunately,
I'm very happy about that.
Tomorrow we get to see more because we've got Louie versus Ben. So stay tuned for those Butterbridge ones. And the runners, I guess.
Yeah, so we're now going to see another chance to just fly through a level. We're going to see some shells get kicked. We're going to see some other things that fly. It's real interesting that, you know, these Super Koopas have capes as well. You're going to see just a lot of them. Nothing major. Go through a gold tape. Nothing major.
Yep, nice, easy, low flyover level. But now it's time to crank up the heat. So we got Ludwig's castle. We've seen some unfortunate incidents happen in that already so far tonight from both runners.
So hopefully we get something nice and clean from both of them this time.
Good use of cape canceling from both of them. maiba sticking with his cape as Silver switches to a flower. Once again, you guys get to see these different strats side by side.
No!
Silver unfortunately taking a little dip in that sketty sauce. That's not that good of a time loss. He still does have a backup cape at least.
That is not a good place to lose your flower, though. Sadly, that is going to cost him some time with the Ludwig fight.
Yeah, that is a significant amount of time. He's going to have to kill Ludwig naturally. Oh no, and didn't cape pump in time. Losing his cape. He's going to be going in small. He can pick up a cape next level, but he's still going to have to naturally kill Ludwig on top of all of this. Right,
no, I certainly wouldn't count Silver out just yet.
Oh, absolutely not. They're not.
We're still way too early.
Yet. Absolutely. So Silver hitting Ludwig in the air like that allows him to do a cycle skip, avoiding him turning into a shell. Saves a pretty good amount of time if you're gonna have to do a vanilla kill. Now, we have not seen a Yoshi's Wing in a run yet tonight. We have seen it cost some of these runners a lot. maiba's gonna go for it again. This will be his last chance to go for these Yoshi Wings. Alright, and he's going for the setup here. So watch closely as he throws out the shell, grabs it while it's moving, tries to dupe to the left, producing Yoshi Wings, getting him out of that level about 6 seconds quicker than he would otherwise. Beautiful.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
That's really, really good for him. We finally got to see some Yoshi Wings in a run, but the tricks with Yoshi are not over yet. This is a big decider in these runs, the Yoshi clip. Now watch as maiba dismounts Yoshi near the ceiling, sets him up perfectly to clip into the corner of that block. Another little jump, and he is in there first try. This run is great for maiba right now.
And just so everyone has kind of an idea of what's going on here, even when you set up just right, you only have a 75% chance of getting it. There's still 25% chance that you just get kicked out of the wall when you try and clip in.
Yep, it's not guaranteed you'll get it, so it's just such a hot run right now for maiba. Silver taking that normal exit. He'll be coming into FOI 2 shortly for his attempt at the Yoshi clip. maiba's got a cool down flyover level coming up next. Alright, and once again, watch as he dismounts right at that ceiling, trying to thread that needle. Ooh, it's really difficult to go for twice on the right-hand side. He was able to get that in the first race, though, and it was great. Oh my goodness, we saw him get kicked out twice. As Mike said earlier, even if you do everything, there's a 25% chance of it going wrong. He's dismounting super late right now, so he's not going to be able to get that Yoshi clip. Taking a hit on that urchin.
Doesn't help because part of it is subpixel dependent on Yoshi, and when you drop him, he starts bouncing and his subpixel starts oscillating. You have no way to know what's going on anymore. So it might as well be 50-50 at that point instead of 75.
Alright, he is finally through after taking a beating from Yoshi. maiba's making his way through the Roy Fly currently, doing a great job of it so far. All right, and a good quick kill on Roy after a fantastic castle. Means he's out of there and be heading into Chocolate Island. SilverStar getting out of Forest of Illusion 2. He's got no cape going into Forest of Illusion 3, which is normally a flyover stage. He'll be heading back for a cape. Good
Definitely
choice.
not a bad choice.
Yeah, Forest of Illusion 3 and Roy coming up. Just get the cape now.
Yeah, there are some stages where doing it without a cape versus doing it with a cape, if you know what you're doing, you're not going to be losing all that much time, but with Roy coming up, with that level having a lot of tall pipes that you have to make your way over, it's tough. It's tough.
Very hard to navigate, no cape.
It's tough, and it's a fair bit slower, I would say, for these levels.
Oh, insanely, yeah. Yeah. Alright, Maiba's going for that pipe fly again. Very nice, very clean. That's going to make him go about 20% faster than a standard natural fly. SilverStar exiting Forest of Illusion 3. He will be going in for his Roy attempt coming up soon.
Yeah, so Silver's about to make his attempt at Roy Fly. To see if he just does his thread the needle again.
Smart
he
choice.
dived that time.
Smart choice.
Definitely a smart choice.
This race 3 has been weird for both of them. It's definitely good to see that dive bomb, because that thread the needle, while it's cool, it is so dangerous.
Yeah, you definitely have to be a lot more precise in your movement for that.
Alright, good ghost house from Maiba there. SilverStar is out of Roy after a natural 3-hit kill. We'll be joining Maiba in Chocolate Island. Alright, Maiba's level is pretty straightforward right here. Just make your way to the end as quick as you can, grab the key, and get out. SilverStar will be going into Chocolate Island 1 for his attempt at Pipe Fly. Okay, Maiba's gonna be heading underground, going check out Chocolate Secret.
The home of my... That was weird.
Yeah, okay, he came very close to death. That was great thinking on his toes there. That was...
Oh yeah, very good reaction to that. That was super weird what happened there.
Didn't get the shell, doing the smart thing, going for that trampoline. Take that little extra second, it's a free cape. Unfortunately, that weird pipe fly made us miss your buddies, the Chuck. Mike, I apologize about that.
I know. I was so ready, but never fear. They hang out in room 3 too.
They loiter everywhere. Something has to be done.
Nothing has to be done. They're not trying to hurt nobody.
But they're standing there menacingly.
Menacingly.
There we go. Good on Maiba, getting rid of 2 of them.
Oh, that's gonna hurt him in another run later.
SilverStar had a great suicide door there, risking it.
Yeah, that was a fantastic ghost house from him.
Okay, Maiba's gonna be the first one heading into Wendy's castle. Show off some really cool cape tech. With the cape cancel, if you're in a parachute animation moving downward, you don't take damage. So Maiba's able to just jump into those saws, go right under this crusher, and take no damage whatsoever. You'll see another good use of the cape cancel coming up here shortly on this 3rd crusher. Oh, Maiba didn't get the speed he needed, so he's gonna have to do this a little strangely. He got through just fine though. Oh, goodness. All right, Maiba almost losing the cape going into the windy fight. Held on to it, fortunately. Silver's making his way through the secret.
He's going to get to see some of these football chucks. Hurting one of them. Poor
Later,
guy.
Chuck. Shouldn't have been standing there, menacingly.
Menacingly. Can't help but think of that scene from SpongeBob.
Alright, Silver just needs to get through this room 3, and he'll be heading on to Wendy's castle, which is where Maiba is just about to exit. He'll be going into the sunken ghost ship. Let's see if he's 3 for 3 on the double despawn. Alright, good job on Silver. He'll be heading into the castle shortly. Maiba has his backup cape for a potential damage boost if he doesn't get that second despawn. We haven't had to see that tonight, which is pretty cool, honestly.
Good crusher skip from SilverStar.
Oh yeah, man. This windy room 1 was making me hold my breath.
That was a little weird.
Yep, lost some speed, but he was able to make it up just fine. Maiba did not get the second despawn, and he didn't get the damage boost. He decided to thread that needle as Big Mario and pulled it off.
That's scary. That's so tight.
Wow. Okay.
Well done.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's cooler than the despawn. Actually, that's actually super nice.
I mean, it can't be that much slower.
Here we go, Maiba. Orb.
Orb.
That will be the final orb we see from Maiba tonight. SilverStar will be going in there shortly to grab his. Maiba's going into the Valley of Bowser. Okay, Maiba's doing a great job in Valley of Bowser 1 right. Oh, I knew I shouldn't have started talking until he was past the moles. At least he didn't lose a cape.
You keep cursing everyone, man. You can't do that.
It's hard to calm whenever everything you say, it just it just hurts others.
Or is that the excitement of the whole experience?
That's true. It is quite the power to wield. Maiba came out of there clean, though. He didn't need to utilize that back cape.
Curious to see if Silver will get that double this time.
Yeah, I believe he's been able to get both double despawns on both races.
Yes.
He's got his first. He goes for the scroll to get that second. There's no
And
blue rings on Silver screen. He is 3 for 3.
That is
setting
awesome.
up for Sandbar, maybe? We saw him not go for it last time with a healthy lead. It looked like he just slid out of it that time. It didn't look like a temp, but it's hard to tell with that specific strat. Definitely a smart choice.
All right, everyone, get hyped up. Get ready for this because this is going to be the last one we see for the night.
Orb. Y'all say it loud, say it proud.
Yeah, just bellow it from the top of your lungs, just all out to the world.
Wake up the neighbors, who cares?
Yeah, my neighbor's married with 2 kids, you know, no big deal. I think I can hear the kids yelling it too, actually.
They're probably watching this too. Who wouldn't be? All All right, Silver is going through Vob 1, taking his top route that I always enjoy seeing. Maiba is going into the final fortress before the Bowser fight. This fortress has been pretty good today.
Yeah,
I'll give it a gold star.
I'm not gonna finish what I was gonna say until.
Right, I think we both started holding our breath at the exact same moment. Maiba's running. He is just showing off how amazing that level the cave. Fantastic job from him. How did he not get hit by that fireball? Wow.
Yeah. So interesting about those fireballs. They look like they got a huge hitbox. Their hitbox is the same as Mario's fireball. It's really weird, but it means you can have some very close calls like that, and it actually be, you know, kind of legitimate.
If that's a close call, I guess I don't even know what a hit is.
So whatever happened in that last run.
Alright, Maiba is in his final Bowser fight, looking to make this race his. Good insta hit there. Alright, he got his second hit, and he's got his backup Mecha Koopa that he's going to use for ball skip.
I think Silver is taking a new route. He just went and got the normal exit. That is the normal exit.
That is the normal exit.
He is going for the front door of Bowser's Castle.
You know what? I stand behind him 100%. I love this decision. Maiba's in phase 2, going for ball skip right now. SilverStar would need a literal miracle to catch up. Why not show you guys the scenic route? Yep, watch the sexy fly right here. Why don't you slide on in, Silver? Why don't you take that key, Silver?
Nice sexy slide from Silver. Yeah, that nice dive bomb through the second room as well. Now he's going to go into Larry's castle. We're going to see a fly up and over. It's going to be.
You're a fan of Roy's castle. This is a great one too.
Yeah, this is another really tight fly one, but I argue this one's a fair bit easier just because there's a good recovery for it. You're going to see him scroll here to the left so that he can dodge those pencils so he can fly up, keep it through here.
And Maiba is going for his 6th and final hit. Throw out some massive GGs for your winner tonight. Taking 2 out of 3. Maiba will be moving on to the finals of this No Star World tournament. Silver taking that scenic route, getting rid of Larry. He's going to show us some Bowser's Castle, y'all.
Yeah, well done to Maiba. Congratulations on your win.
Huge GGs out to Maiba. It is not easy to go up against Silver.
33-18 too. That is a fantastic time.
His 3 runs have been insane today. I believe he had a mid 34, a mid 33, and a low 33. Wrapping up a fantastic night of runs for Maiba.
Now we're going to see Silver going through Bowser's Castle. I'm curious what rooms he's going to pick.
I would assume 2 and 7, but we'll see here. This is cool because we get to talk about rooms we can never get to see. So he was able to preserve cape speed and make his way through this room too. And as if relying on enough luck in this run isn't enough, let's throw some more luck in it. Going into room 7.
I gotta say, I'm just slightly disappointed he didn't go for 8.
Oh, you just want to see more Chucks, don't you?
It's the Chuck room, man. That's where they all hang out.
Chucks with you.
Why not, man?
All right, Silver has made his way into the Bowser fight, showing off a much cooler route. these cape flies that Silver will use are super precise to fly up at the exact moment where he's going to land on Bowser as he throws the Mecha Koopas up the quickest possible way. And destroying that Mecha Koopa ensures that Bowser will throw 2 more during this because he wants one to carry over into the next phase.
Yeah, taking just a little bit longer in phase 1 will actually save him a lot of time in phase 2, so much that it's worth it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a big time save to get that ball skip coming up here shortly. I believe SilverStar goes for a no-cape style ball skip where he throws the Mecha Koopa from under. And Silver don't need no pity shroom. Get that out of here.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the no-cape strategy for Bowser.
Yeah, so as Maiba flew up for his ball skip, you'll see Silver stay low down here.
And then he will just chuck it up there, if you will.
Oh. Very nice. Very nice ball skip from Silver. He's going to be going into his 3rd and final phase. Alright, now he needs to get this hit right when Bowser's hitbox appears to get a bounce skip, ensuring that Bowser bounces only 5 times instead of 8. It's going to set Silver up for that perfect cape. Get that 6th hit. I want to see some giant GGs out for Silver. Showing up today, putting down some great runs for y'all. Throwing down a few levels y'all haven't seen. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I loved seeing that. It's always good to see Silver do some runs. Wow, those were great.
Yeah, those were some fantastic runs, and it was real good to see some of the other levels from Silver on the way out.
It was, like I said earlier, I 100% support that route change and thought that that was probably the coolest thing he could have done in that moment.
Oh, absolutely.
And so Maiba will be our winner, and he will be moving on to the finals of this No Star World Winter Tournament. The next slot for the finals will be Daesui versus the winner of Louie versus Ben tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. You guys definitely make sure to check that out.
It's absolutely exciting. I'm super excited for that race too, honestly. So all of you, make sure you're there for it.
Yeah, no matter what, whoever loses between that Daesui match, they'll go on for the bronze match against SilverStar. So we get to see him race again, which is very exciting. Alright, hopefully we'll be trying to get SilverStar in here shortly to talk about those. I definitely want to hear what he has to say. But this is a great time to go and follow these runners. You'll see them on Twitch a lot. I'm a huge fan of both Maiba and SilverStar. You'll see me watching them all the time. So I highly recommend going and check them out. They're always on an insane grind, and they're so cool to watch. So definitely go check them out. Alright, hopefully we'll get Silver in here shortly. It's also a great time to use that command SMW. If you want to find out more about this No Star World Winter Tournament, you've got links there for your bracket, your schedule, access to the Discord. So go ahead and check those out. If you're a viewer outside of the US and eligible to sign up, you can click on that promo.vigg link in collaboration with Speed Gaming and get your free €20 bet. You can bet on all the matches that you see here in the Super Mario World Tournament. All right, I'm just popping back in here to let y'all know it seems, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get Silver in the Discord. I don't think I can find someone to get him into the comms room, actually. I do see him in chat. I want you guys to give a huge GG's out to him. As I've said, he's a great runner. Go follow him. I love watching his streams, and he's always grinding super hard on this game. It's awesome to see the effort that he has put into this, and it was really cool seeing him in the tourney. As I said, I've been waiting on this matchup forever, and we get to see Silver again in a bronze match.
That's going to be an exciting match.
Yeah, 100%.
Regardless of who it is. Just because all these runners that are still in at this point, top notch.
Yeah, we still have 5 left here currently. We have Louie and Ben, who still need to finish up a quarterfinals match, and they'll go up against Daesui. And we have maiba going to the finals. Silver will be going into the bronze match. So it's been a great day of races. We have more tomorrow, of course. I want to bring that up once again. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, we're going to have Ben versus Louie in a quarterfinals matchup. Definitely go and check that out. Me and Mike will be joined by Shady Force on the mics, and it's always great seeing him as well. So we will see you guys then. Mike, do you have any final words for us?
Just GG again, both to Silver and to maiba. It was an impressive showing, and I'm hoping I see everyone out tomorrow for the match between Ben and Louie. That's going to be a fantastic run.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree with all of that. And I guess that's going to do it for us here at Speed Gaming, and we will see y'all tomorrow for some more Super Mario World.
Night, everybody.